Hello everyone, welcome back to our maths lesson. So today we are going to continue our arithmetic lesson. Today we'll be focusing on financial transaction and also percentage. Alright, so let's get started. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to solve word problems that involve percentage, a simple interest, and also compound interest. So these are the steps that you need to know for this lesson. The first one is that you have to highlight the key information given. Next, apply relevant methods or formula, in this case that involve percentage or interest. Next, solve the question, and lastly, always double check your working and answer. The first topic is percentage. Percentage is a number or ratio expressed as a fraction of 100. Percentage is always related to fraction or decimal because it can be converted to fraction or decimal. Let's see this example. For example, we have 20% here. How do we convert it to fraction? As we know, percentage is a fraction of 100, so we change this into a fraction of 100, you'll get 20 out of 100. So next, you simplify this fraction. In this case, I divide both numerator and denominator by 20. And then the answer, I'll get 1 out of 5. Alright, so next, how do you convert a percentage to a decimal? First, convert it to a fraction. In this case, percentage is a fraction of 100. So we know, from here we know to convert fraction to decimal, we'll get a 0.20. Okay? So next, since we know how to convert percentage to a fraction or decimal, in this case, how do we convert fraction or decimal back into percentage? Let's try this example. Okay, so we have 1 out of 5. How do we change it to percentage? So first, like I said, percentage is a fraction of 100. So we have to make the denominator is equal to 100. In this case, I multiply the denominator by 20 and also the numerator by 20. Then I'll get 20 out of 100. Since this is already expressed as a fraction of 100, the answer will be 20%. For a decimal, change it to percentage is similar. So we know that in decimal, we have the place value is at 100, so the fraction will be 20 out of 100. Okay, once you get both to be as a fraction of 100, the percentage will be simply as 20%. Okay, so that is how you express the percentage. So next, how do you calculate percentage? Percentage is equal to parts out of whole number multiplied with 100. Okay. Also in percentage, you need to remember also what is percentage increase and percentage decrease. Percentage increase is equal to increased value divided by the original value multiplied with 100, whereas percentage decrease is equal to the decreased value divided by original value multiplied with 100. It always multiply with 100. Okay, so let's do some example. The first one, express 6 kg as a percentage of 9 kg. Since these two questions wants you to find or convert it to a percentage, so we have to apply the formula. Percentage equal to part of a number is divided by whole number multiply 100. In this case, the part is 6 kilo. Divided by 9 kilo, multiply with 100, then we'll get 66.7%. Okay, now for question B, I want you to try to do it and apply the formula. Okay, so I believe you have done this question already. So let's check your answer. The answer for this question should be 55%. Okay, if you don't get the answer, please review back your working. Alright. So next, find the value of 73% of 50. For B, 6.5% of $60. Okay, in this case, how do you find the value of each of this number? We know that of is meaning to multiply. So we can say 73% multiply with 50. So in this case, we can convert this percentage into a fraction. So 73 out of 100 multiply 50, then you get 36.5. So 73% of 50 is equal to 36.5. Alright, so next for question B, I want you to try to solve this question and calculate the value. Okay, so I believe you have done this question already. And the answer is $3.90. So 6.5% of $60 is $3.90. If you don't get this value or this number, please refer back to here, okay? Or you can ask me. Okay, so that is percentage. Now, what I want you to do is that I want you to do example 1 until example 5 inside your notebook. Once you finish or completed that questions, I want you can proceed to the next topic, which is financial transaction. Okay, so under financial transaction, you will learn on simple interest and compound interest. I believe you have learned all of this subtopic, cost price, selling price, discount, profit, and loss during your lower secondary. Okay, so next, what is simple interest? Simple interest is method to calculate the amount of interest charged on a sum at a given rate for a given period of time based on principal amount of loan or deposit. For simple interest, this is the formula that you need to apply. Interest is equal to P multiplied with R multiplied with T divided by 100. P means a principal or deposit or the money you invested, whereas R means the rate, T means the time in years, okay, divided by 100. So for example, let me explain to you example of a simple interest. For example, you deposit 1,000 in an account that pays 1% annual interest, and that in the bank use simple interest, calculate the amount you receive after 2 years. So simple interest means that 1,000 the deposit multiply with the rate, you get $10 of interest in year 1. So the total amount that you receive is $1,010 for year 1. So for year 2, for simple interest, the interest you calculate is the same with the deposit, which is 1,000. Multiply with 1%, you'll get your interest to be $10 also. So by the end of year 2, the total amount that you get will be $1,010 plus the interest, which is $10 is equal to $1,020. Okay, that is a simple interest. We use the same deposit value to find the interest. Okay, so whereas for compound interest is based on the principal amount or deposit and the interest that accumulates on it every period. It includes interest on interest. For compound interest, you have to know this formula. A is equal to P bracket 1 plus R divided by 100 close bracket to the power of N. A is the total amount or final amount after a certain years. P is the principal or deposit or the money you invested. R is the interest rate. N is the number of years. Okay, you need to remember this for compound interest. Also, to find the interest also, we have this formula. Interest is equal to the amount the final amount minus the principal. Okay, so let's see an example of a compound interest. I use this similar with simple, so you'll know what is the difference between simple and compound interest. So for example, if you deposit 1,000 in an account that pays 1% annual interest, the bank use compound interest. Calculate the amount received after 2 years. So in year 1, let's use the 1,000 deposit, multiply with the interest rate, the interest you get $10. And total amount, you'll get $1,010. Okay, for year 2, instead of you using the same deposit, you use the total amount of year 1, which is $1,010, multiply with the interest rate, the interest you'll get $10.10. So at the end of year 2, you'll get $1,020.10. Alright, so now I want you to pause this video and try to recall back what is simple and try to differentiate between those two interests. Alright, okay, so now let's proceed to example 1. Find the final amount when £18,000 is invested at 2.5% simple interest for 10 months. So first you have to highlight any key information given. Alright, in this case, the principal is £18,000, the rate is 2.5%, and the time is 10 months. Remember, the time should be in years. Okay, next you apply this formula. Interest is equal to PRT divided by 100. Okay, after that, you insert all those values inside according to this formula. And we know that since T should be in year, this is given 10 months. So you have to do it 10 out of 12. Okay, then the interest you get is £375. Remember, the question wants you to find the final amount. So apply this formula. Final amount is equal to interest plus principal. You'll get to be, the amount is £18,000, 375. Okay, so next, let's proceed to example 2. Fiona left 1,600 in the bank for 4 years. It earned compound interest of 4% each year. Calculate the total amount Fiona has in the bank at the end of 4 years. Let's say you have to highlight all the key information first. Okay, so in this case, it uses compound interest and it wants total amount. We have a principal of 1,600 with a given rate of 4% and the time is 4 years. Now, apply this formula. Once you apply this formula, you'll get your final amount to be $1,871.80. Okay? I want you to pause this video and try to do example 2 and example 1. Okay? If you didn't get the same answer, please check back your working. Alright? So that's it for our lesson today. Thank you very much everyone for participating in my lesson. Now what I want you to do is that complete all the examples in the notebook, including question 6 and also question 7. If you have any questions or difficulties, you may ask me. Alright, see you next lesson. Thank you very much.